Starting this week, Alpine schools will be enforcing a strict indoors masking policy to follow the state's legal requirements. Now, this is an about-face from school leaders' initial move last month to let parents decide if their kids wear a mask.
But as News 8's Richard Allen tells us tonight, the push for parental choice is still extremely strong. Richard?
Well, that's right. Well, up to this point, school leaders here in Alpine have been a bit more flexible. Starting Wednesday, students not wearing a mask while inside, unless they have a medical exemption, will be required to return home for independent study.
I continue to believe that our parents should have choice.
Alpine school superintendent emphasized Monday night that if the state's requirements on masking in schools change, allowing parents a choice, that Alpine will move forward to implement that change as soon as possible. Last week, 24 students in Alpine had to be quarantined after 2 students in an outdoor class, which does not require masks, tested positive for COVID.
This has not been an easy opening on many levels.
Parents also had their say at Monday's special board meeting, the majority supporting their right to choose whether or not their kids wear masks, including this mom and educator.
If I am willing to take a bullet for your children, I should be willing to risk getting COVID for your children as well.
It cannot possibly be healthy for our children to have a mask.
If they truly believe that the vaccine works, I just really don't see why they have a problem in the classroom with our children being masked.
But this mother on the opposing side explained her issue.
I do believe the vaccines work. Problem is my kids aren't vaccinated, and neither are any of yours. Under 12, they can't get it.
It's not hard to wear a mask. It hurts no one and only helps stop the spread of this disease.
While we can all agree this shouldn't be political, it very clearly is.
In fact, a new CBS News poll bears that out. 87% of Democrats nationwide believe masks should be required, compared to 28% of Republicans, while only 13% of Democrats say masks should be optional, versus 62% of Republicans. And that same nationwide poll finds that 58% of parents believe that masks in schools should be required, 36% of parents believe they should be optional, and another 6% say that masks should not be allowed.
Thanks, Richard. And we have a little more on that CBS YouGov poll that Richard was talking about right here. This also shows a majority of American parents are worried about their kids getting COVID at school. Here's the breakdown. 69% of parents surveyed say they are concerned. 31% say they are not concerned about their kids getting COVID at school. But on the question of whether schools should require the vaccine for students who are eligible, those are kids ages 12 and older, it's more evenly split. Right here you see that 48% are in favor of that requirement, the vaccine requirement. 52% though are opposed.